Hello and welcome to my channel, and if you have already been to my channel, then welcome back. My name is Kalina and I'm an expert in public relations and mass communications. Before I get to the topic, I would like to invite you to like and share this video and also subscribe for my channel because you are supporting me a lot and you're also supporting my content. So if you like it, please share it, like it, subscribe. And now let's get to the actual topic. And the topic is about beliefs. And the reason why I'm picking up a topic about beliefs is because PR experts are have actually been working with beliefs for a long time. Psychological beliefs. PR experts have been psychologically shaping people's beliefs, and this is how a big part of our society believes and our culture is created today. The way that we live today is pretty much shaped by this kind of work with the beliefs, with people's beliefs. So I'm going to explain what belief actually is, because this way you may recognize your own beliefs and you may recognize ways to actually work with them on a deeper level. So let me ask you this: how many times you have had an argument and somebody won this argument and suddenly everybody believed what this one person said because he won the argument and they logically proved it? How many times you know that this has happened? And by the way, I'm not against healthy arguments. I was actually, back in the days, way back at school, I was in the debate club. So we had this kind of debate by rules, and you are supposed to look at a topic from two different sides depending on what you're going to defend on this particular debate, because you could have defended the topic or the opposite, and you had to look at that topic from two different points of view. And that was something that was challenging, and it was very developing somebody's mindset. But on top of that, people also have opinions and people have their own things that they think and they want to convince people about, and they're picking up arguments here and there and all over the place. And this is not what the video is all about, because arguments or convincing somebody, like mentally, like consciously, is not necessarily changing their beliefs, because beliefs are something much deeper, and beliefs are something subconscious, and beliefs are something that we have and very often we don't even recognize we have, but it impacts our actions and our behaviors and the way we speak and even the way we see ourselves. So sometimes suddenly you can say, oh my god, I was seeing myself in a very wrong way because I thought that I am incapable, but the truth is that I actually am. Sometimes your beliefs are going to hold you back and sabotage you. You're going to self-sabotage without even realizing that you have this belief that is most likely wrong, because beliefs are something internal. They are in your core, they are engraved in a core level. It is not something that you consciously think about, it is something that you actually believe. So we are used to think of beliefs as logical conclusions that our frontal cortex or our conscious mind gets to after logically assessing facts, or after an argument, or after somebody lays down the facts and convinces us into this. However, the true beliefs are on a much, much deeper level. They're in the core, and they're what we experience as truth. This is pretty much the definition of belief. Belief is something that you experience as truth. You experience this as truth, therefore you believe it, because for you as a being, as a human being, that is the truth. And therefore that's what you believe. And very often it is subconscious. So let me give you an example with, let's say, gravity. Gravity was discovered by, I think, Newton, when there's this apple that fell on his head. And after that, he was like, hey, what made this apple fall? So he started this whole discovery of, okay, objects have gravity, you know, the earth is pulling us. That's why we're like walking on the earth. But imagine people before that having been discovered. Imagine somebody being somewhere at a cliff, you know, actually exactly at the edge of a cliff. Would they just jump down? No, because they're aware that there's something that's going to pull them back and they're going to fall. Or if you are up in a tree, or if you are on a roof, you're not going to just take that step on the air and fall down, because you're aware. You're actually aware. You don't know why. People didn't know about gravity back in the days, but they were aware that there was something that would make them fall, right? They were aware, and therefore there was a belief, and they didn't even know there is this belief. Maybe they didn't even think about what's pulling them down. They were just existing. But again, this is this belief that gets them to stick on the ground. So this is how beliefs function. It is something that you're aware. That's how it is. That's it. That's how it is. It is not about you're a bad person and you're a good person. It is not about it happens that many times and suddenly it's not going to happen right this time. It is not about that. A belief is something that you experience as a truth, and very often you're not even aware that you're experiencing it. So how can this affect your life? Well, if your thinking is you're not good enough, if your thinking is, let's say, being successful is not safe, if your thinking is, your belief is, actually, I'm sorry, I'm talking about your belief. If your belief is, let's say, I'm not going to handle this higher position, then your belief is going to cause you to act certain ways that those things that you want are not going to happen. If you actually believe internally that you're not going to handle that position, let's say as a manager or a higher position at your job of any kind, then the people who have to decide if you're going to be promoted or not, they may pick up on that. And you may not even realize it. You may think of, why am I not getting promoted? I work at this company for a long time. I'm doing a great job. I know how the processes are. A lot of colleagues are already listening to me anyway. Why am I not getting promoted? And you may actually have this internal core beliefs that you don't even realize you have, that maybe you're not actually going to do well at this job. Maybe you're not going to handle that higher position. And this is something that your boss or the commission or the people who have to decide about your promotion are picking up about you. Or it could be something else. You could be in a business, and in this business you want to have clients that are, let's say, B2B clients. Maybe you have served end customers and suddenly you want to go into B2B sphere. But you're thinking that's different. The communication is different. There's probably higher level of communication. In many ways there is. I've worked with end customers and I've worked in a sphere of B2B communication, so there is difference. But your belief may be, I may not handle this environment because it's different, because the communication is different. And you may have this core belief that maybe this is not for you. And you think it's going to be great if I have B2B customers, B2B clients, but you're not getting them, and there could be self-sabotage that comes exactly from the belief that you have. So this is how beliefs work. Belief is something that sometimes you don't realize that you believe. It is something that you believe. It is not something that is scientific and you go and you prove and somebody convinces you and your logical conscious mind says, yeah, that may be it. That sounds logical. Okay, let's remember this. Maybe that's the truth. But then there is on another level, on another deeper layer, there's this actual belief that is engraved in you that says, no, that's not it. That's not it. Maybe you're going to be like, okay, I'm gonna be great at this job, and somebody's going to convince you, well, yes, you're such a good specialist and you're going to be great at this job. Yes, it's true. And you're like, yes, it's true, going to be great at this job. But then this belief that is on a deeper level in your subconscious, in your deeper core, is saying, no, you're probably not. You're gonna probably fail, and then you're being embarrassed because you failed, or worse. So until you actually get to that depth and deal with that belief and figure out what that belief is, then you probably will not be able to move forward in your career or in any other areas of your life. And if you have the positive beliefs about yourself, if you believe that if you internally believe that you are good enough, you're a good specialist and everything is great, then things will probably work for you and people will think, what is this person doing? How do things work for them as magic and they don't work for me? And this could be that person's beliefs, because they just believe that things will work and they work. Okay, so this is for today's video. Please let me know what you think. Please let me know what is your opinion, what are your beliefs. Have you actually experienced this kind of effect of not having the right beliefs, and this is why things wouldn't work for you, and then you worked and then you changed your beliefs and things worked? Have you had that experiences? And what do you think about this whole concept? I'm very interested of knowing this. And please like and share this video, and again, please subscribe for my channel if you like my content. You're going to pretty much support it a lot when you subscribe. And basically this is for today. Thank you very much and have a great day.